Unstoppable beasts, the untold fury of nature's most dominant animals in the wild. There are animals so powerful, so fearless, so overwhelmingly dominant, that even the fiercest predators step aside when they approach. These beasts crush, ram, chase, and overpower anything that dares stand in their way. They turn calm riverbanks into battlegrounds, grasslands into war zones, and peaceful plains into chaos with a single burst of rage. Today, you're about to witness encounters so brutal, so unexpected, that they challenge everything you thought you knew about the animal kingdom. Welcome to Unstoppable Beasts, the untold fury of nature's most dominant animals. Let's begin. In the African grasslands, one animal strikes fear even into the hearts of predators: the Cape buffalo, massive, unpredictable, known as the Black Death. Now imagine stumbling upon a lone buffalo facing down a pack of hyenas. Normally, the buffalo would run or defend itself, but this one had had enough. With a sudden blast of power, the buffalo charges straight into the pack, sending hyenas flying into the air like rag dolls. One hyena tries to nip at its back legs, but the buffalo whirls around with frightening speed and nearly ends it with a single horn thrust. The pack immediately realizes their mistake. One wrong move, one wrong target, and they all sprint away in pure terror, leaving behind a cloud of dust and one very irritated buffalo. When a buffalo decides it's not running, the entire savanna listens. Nearby, a different showdown is taking place. A leopard leaps out of a tree for an ambush kill, but instead of landing on an antelope, it accidentally chooses the worst possible target, a muskox. Before the leopard even touches the ground, the muskox lowers its massive horns and rams upward with the force of a speeding car. The leopard flips through the air, scrambling onto its feet, dazed and shocked. It tries to escape, but the muskox charges again, tearing into the snow and smashing the cat sideways. It's a miracle the leopard escapes alive. Predator becomes prey in an instant when you ambush a walking bulldozer on legs. Across the plains, a wildebeest herd gathers near a watering hole. Suddenly, a pride of lions approaches. The wildebeest stomp, snort, and prepare to flee, but one enormous bull steps forward. A lioness charges, expecting fear. Instead, the bull meets her head-on, slamming into her mid-run with catastrophic force. The entire pride freezes. The lioness rolls across the ground, stunned, while the bull chases another lion with reckless, terrifying determination. It doesn't stop, it doesn't hesitate, it doesn't retreat. The lions give up the hunt entirely. They back away, regroup, and vanish into the tall grass, leaving the dominant bull standing tall, guarding his herd like a general on a battlefield. Deep in the desert, camels appear calm, until they're not. Two male camels spot each other across the dunes, both towering, both muscular, both in rage-filled rutting season. Without warning, one camel charges with its mouth wide open and fangs exposed. Yes, fangs. It latches on to the other's head, shaking violently as if trying to tear the skull apart. The second camel retaliates, biting back, their necks twisting like battling dragons. They grunt, roar, and slam their massive bodies together, kicking sand into the air. A single blow from a camel's long legs could shatter bone. For several minutes the desert becomes an arena as these two giants refuse to surrender. Eventually, one camel stumbles backward, panting, bleeding, defeated. The victor roars triumphantly, claiming the territory and the entire herd for himself. Camels may look gentle, but when the fury rises, they transform into monsters. In the wetlands, crocodiles aren't always the apex predator. A massive bull elephant approaches the water, splashing mud onto its legs. Two crocodiles drift nearby, eyes barely visible above the surface. The elephant steps forward. The crocs snap toward the trunk, a fatal mistake. With unmatched strength, the elephant slams its tusks downward, pinning one crocodile to the muddy bank, with a sound like cracking stone. The second crocodile lunges, but the elephant swings its head sideways, launching the reptile several meters into the water. It trumpets loudly, shaking the ground, and marshes away like nothing happened. When a creature weighs 6 tons, it doesn't avoid danger. It crushes it. On the edges of a river, a group of warthogs gathers. Don't let their goofy appearance fool you. Warthogs are fearless, stubborn, and armed with razor-sharp tusks. When a leopard launches a stealth attack on a young warthog, the mother charges with no hesitation. She slams into the leopard's shoulder hard enough to break bone. The cat screeches in pain as the mother warthog swings around and slices across its ribs with a curved tusk. The leopard flees limping, learning one harsh lesson: never underestimate a warthog with children. In the mountains, a yak and a snow leopard cross paths. Snow leopards are powerful ambush predators, but this particular yak was ancient, massive, and ready to send a message. The leopard leaps onto its back and instantly regrets it. The yak throws its head upward, launching the leopard high into the air. Then comes the real danger. The yak charges downhill with unstoppable momentum, attempting to crush the leopard under its hooves. The cat barely escapes. One wrong step, and it would have been flattened as if hit by a rolling boulder. Sometimes the simplest rule in nature is the deadliest. Do not fight gravity, and do not fight a yak. Meanwhile, in Australia, one of the strangest battles unfolds. A giant red kangaroo towers over an intruding dingo. Most predators would run from a pack of dogs, but this kangaroo is not most animals. It grabs the dingo by the shoulders, pulling it underwater in the billabong, attempting to drown it. The dingo thrashes, snaps, panics, but the kangaroo holds steady, its muscular arms locking tight like a wrestler. Only when another dingo approaches does the kangaroo release its grip, stand tall, and flex its chest as if daring them to try again. They don't. In the outback, the kangaroo is not prey. It is judge, jury, and executioner. On the grasslands of India, a confrontation grows between a gaur and a tiger. The gaur is the largest wild cattle species on Earth, stronger, heavier, and meaner than anything else in its habitat. A tiger stalks silently through the underbrush, ready to pounce. The gaur turns its head slightly, just enough to see the ambush, and then all hell breaks loose. The bull lunges forward with the force of a truck, colliding with the tiger mid-leap. The tiger is thrown sideways, slamming into a tree and tumbling to the ground. Before it can stand, the gaur charges again, hooves stomping, horns thrusting. The tiger flees, humiliated and bruised, while the gaur stands victorious, towering over the trampled grass. Back in the savannah, giraffes show their true power. Elegant? Yes. Graceful? Absolutely. Harmless? Not even close. A group of lions attempts to bring down a young giraffe. Big mistake. The mother giraffe swings her long leg with lightning speed, and the hoof connects with the lioness's jaw with a horrifying crack. The lioness collapses instantly. Another lion charges, but the giraffe delivers another devastating kick, sending the predator rolling across the ground. The pride gives up and retreats, shaken by the realization that a giraffe's legs are weapons capable of killing with a single blow. In the rainforest, a tapir faces a jaguar and wins. Jaguars have the strongest bite of any big cat, but tapirs are built like armored tanks. When a jaguar jumps from a tree and sinks its teeth into the tapir's neck, the tapir screams, then sprints through the jungle like a bullet fired from a cannon. It slams the jaguar into tree after tree until the predator loses its grip, dazed, aching, and defeated. The jaguar limps away while the tapir vanishes into the foliage, still running at full speed. Tapirs don't just escape predators, they obliterate them. But one of the strangest battles happens in North America. A massive moose wades through a shallow river. A grizzly bear watches from the shore, licking its lips. The moose lowers its antlers and steps closer. The bear charges in, water splashing everywhere. Then, impact. The moose swings its antlers upward, lifting the grizzly off the ground and hurling it backward into the river. The bear tries again, but the moose repeatedly slams it with antlers strong enough to flip a small car. Finally, the grizzly limps away, head low, soaked and defeated. The moose remains in the river, calm, unbothered, towering like a forest guardian. Finally, in the wetlands, the kings of the floodplain appear, the water buffalo. A crocodile waits silently beneath the surface, watching a massive buffalo drink from the river's edge. In one explosive movement, the crocodile lunges upward, clamping onto the buffalo's muzzle. Instead of panicking, the buffalo lowers its head and lifts the crocodile completely out of the water, shaking it violently left and right. The croc thrashes, but the buffalo slams it onto the bank with thunderous force. The crocodile retreats instantly, swimming away as quickly as it can, while the buffalo stomps the ground as if warning the entire river. Try that again, and it will be your last mistake. These encounters reveal a truth we often forget. Not all animals are prey. Some are unstoppable fortresses of muscle, rage, and instinct. When they choose to fight, nothing stands in their way. If you enjoyed this journey into nature's most unbelievable battles, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another wild encounter. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, out there, dominance decides everything.